Okay, Assalamu alaikum, Kareem, we're live. Alhamdulillah. Oh, do you know what? I didn't play the freshly grounded intro, and I feel like that's just wrong of me. So let me play the freshly grounded intro, and in the meantime, I'll put the swipe up link on the story. But can you hear me okay, yeah?
Yep.
Alhamdulillah. Alright,
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
let's play that intro.
And welcome to Freshly Grounded, the brand new podcast by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Huh?
I said welcome to Freshly Grounded,
No, after that bit.
the brand new podcast
And after that bit?
by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Really?
Okay, we're back, and if anybody has joined the stream, just know that we are live. Because I feel like, oh, alhamdulillah, we got Bilal. Let me add Bilal into the mix. There we are. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I think Bilal's connection is a bit. How's it, Kareem? Can you speak? Because we're having. I don't know if you're having a technical issue. Or... Hello. Oh, this is appalling considering we're live on stream, and I can't hear anybody other than anybody other than myself.
Can you hear me?
Kareem, I got you. Alhamdulillah. You just weren't speaking. Bilal, you know what? We're gonna have to. We got Abu Bakr in the room. Sorry guys, you have to do this.
Sorry,
Bilal,
Wait, sorry.
This is an absolute disaster. Bilal, your connection is appalling.
Serious?
Yeah, it's really bad, bro. I'm gonna have to cut you off the stream, bro, because we're gonna ruin the quality of the stream like this.
But I'll come back. I Faisal, how do I make my screen bigger?
You're live, yeah, Abu Bakr. I don't.
Yeah, we're normal people. We're not celebrities. We talk normal out here, yeah, Sheikh. How do I make my screen bigger? I'm confused. I'm looking like you lot are big and I'm all small. What's going on? Is that how it's meant to be?
Do you know? Yeah. Do you know what, bro? It looks different on the YouTube, I think. So if you want to get an idea of where it looks, you look fine.
Problem.
You look fine.
No problem then.
Oh, do you know what? I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get this graphic to like grow. Okay, it's fine. We're just gonna have to go with it. Kareem, there's a graphic that's kind of covering your face, but I can't make it any bigger or smaller because it's like in a weird position. Alhamdulillah, right, let's get started, man. Assalamu alaikum, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Alhamdulillah, it's all a bit of a palaver because we've never done a live stream with this many guests before. But Jazakallahu khairan for joining us today. You guys can see the link for the Spot project that Freshly Grounded is raising money for. We're joined right now with Abu Bakr Islam from the Spot project, Alhamdulillah. And we're also joined with Kareem from Freshly Grounded. Kareem, you guys probably don't see as much kind of in front of the camera, but he does a load of the work for Freshly Grounded behind the camera, and I thought it'd be cool to have him on the stream today because Spot, because he's constantly working on kind of with Freshly Grounded and stuff as well. He's constantly kind of seeing everything about Sport and working on things with us behind the scenes, and so inevitably passionate about it too. And we're going to be joined by other people, inshallah. We've got Muslim Bilal coming soon. Let's hope that he has a good connection. How are you brothers doing? How are you brothers finding Laylatul Qadr?
Alhamdulillah. Inshallah, it's Laylatul Qadr. Allah knows best, but inshallah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean the 27th. How you finding the 27th night? Sorry, you're right.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, bro. I can't complain. Allah's kind, man. Allah's kind. We're coming to the end of Ramadan, but alhamdulillah, we thank Allah, that we were able to even be alive still today, bro. You know how many people passed away. So, alhamdulillah, we're still alive and still make Tawbah. So we thank Allah for that, bro. Wallahi.
Alhamdulillah. Sahih. Kareem, how you finding it, Kareem?
Same, akhi. Grateful. Just grateful. It's good to be here. Jazakallah khair for involving me.
Alhamdulillah. But you're such a big part of Freshly Grounded, so it wouldn't make sense not to. I'm really frustrated at the fact that this thing on the screen, I can't move it and resize it, but it's fine. guys, listen, let's get down to the nitty gritty because we're not here for long. It's the 27th night. We all want to make sure that we impact ourselves as well. But one thing that I wanted to say is that I was watching this lecture by Tim Humble, and I wanted to find a clip for it, but I just didn't get a chance. And he says something that's really, really powerful. A lot of people today are talking about being selfish, right, on this night. And I think that's rightly so. You know, we do need to be selfish. But with that being said, and when I say selfish, I'm talking about selfish without ibadah, like really just getting a lot of me time today, this evening. Inshallah, if it is Laylatul Qadr, then making use of every second. One thing that I saw in this lecture though, is that Tim Humble mentioned this like general principle and this qaida in Islam, right, which is worship Allah and be beneficial to the people. And he didn't separate them. He said the qaida, the principle is do your very best to worship Allah and do your very best to worship subhanallah, do your very best to benefit the people. Worship Allah and benefit the people, right? And so as much as I agree that we should try and be selfish today, I think we should be clever and allot time, right? Like if we want to worship Allah, we need to benefit the people as well, and this is a perfect example in a way that we can do so. Something where we can help, inshallah, to build a girls' school for the girls in Gambia, right? No responses to that. We're just happy with that.
There's a slight delay.
Oh,
No,
really?
everything you said, bro. Obviously, I agree with that. You know, alhamdulillah, we're coming here on this life for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all trying to seek Allah's pleasure. And everybody does that in different ways and different means. So alhamdulillah, today, like you said, our goal is, you know, to come on this platform to educate the people in regards to the project that we're trying to do, and hopefully people can support it and we can get to our end goal. Because like you said, Faisal, this project, bro, wallahi, like the girls' school, a lot of the brothers and sisters maybe don't who are watching might not understand the need in regards to what we're trying to do, but it's a massive project for us as an organization, because we see how the young girls are affected on the ground, and we haven't had the capability to do anything for these young girls. So now we have the opportunity to build a school for them, to educate them, to take that next level. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that. And with the tremendous support Spot Project has had this Ramadan from an organization point of view, even in regards to all of the fitna what's happened with this COVID-19, all these trials and tribulations, people losing their jobs, people suffering here in the UK, still our brothers and sisters are donating, trying to make this dream come reality. So for us, alhamdulillah, like I said, we're trying to get to the end of the road and build this girls' school and make and build a legacy, bro. Do something what's going to benefit us in this life and the hereafter. And that's our main goal. You know, from an organization point of view, you know, SWAT is a legacy-based organization. So that's our dream, that's our ambition, to do things what's going to benefit us in this life and the hereafter. And we believe deeply, we really, really believe, without a shadow of a doubt, this girls' school will be part of that, inshallah.
Inshallah. Alhamdulillah, I think we're joined. We've got Muslim Bilal on the screen as well. Jazakallah khair for joining us, MB.
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum. Can you see me, yeah?
Yeah, we've got you on the big screen, alhamdulillah.
Your hair's looking higher than mine, bro. I'm kind of surprised. What's going on there?
I'm just letting it do its thing, bro. Going natural. Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah.
Bilal, I actually think that you came out at such a perfect time, because I was thinking about something earlier, and it's okay. So this is a bit of a personal story, but I've never really discussed it. But one thing that really connects me, because I wanted to, as much as I love Spot, right, I think it's important that I try and connect myself to the individual projects that Spot is doing, so that I can really understand why I'm passionate about it. Okay, and so with this girls' school, I wanted to find that again, and what I found is, about a year or a year and a half ago, I think all of us, we have this like desire for like people in our family to get closer to Allah, right? And just like we have a desire for ourselves to get closer to Allah. And about a year and a half ago, my little sister basically messaged me, and the Arabic school that I was attending at the time, she said that she's down to like maybe try go to the Arabic school and to the sister's version of it, right? And that just made me so happy because it's that feeling of that's your family. You want them to be able to benefit from those things, right? And so that's what gave me that connection, because it made me understand that there's girls here who, if we all talk about our daughters, our sisters and things like that, and they came to us and they said, I want to start bettering myself, learning Quran, learning the Sunnah, as well as secular skills, so I can, when I grow up, I can make the most of my life. Imagine it, we would feel so happy and would say, all right, whatever you need from me, do you want me to pay your school fees? Are you all right? Like, whatever it is, if you want to learn Quran and Sunnah, I'm there for you. And that was my connection for me, because now we've got these sisters here, our younger sisters, and our daughters who are there, ready to learn the Quran, ready to learn the Sunnah, ready to learn secular skills. And if we relate it to ourselves in that situation, perhaps that's the way we can build that connection. So Bilal, I'll put it to you. You have a daughter yourself, and so what does this girls' school mean to you? Do you see it in a different perspective having a daughter?
Yeah, exactly that, Faisal. Like that's what I was just gonna say. That I've got a 10-year-old daughter, Sumaya, and like for me, when I look, having this 10-year-old daughter, spending so much time with her, let me realize more and understand more about females and women. And I realized the attention she needs and the requirements needed in raising her to be like a strong woman in the future. And when you go to the Gambia and you see, like, maybe in some of the schools we visited on our earlier trips, not run by Spot, it's just questionable. Are they getting the right attention they need? Like, are they getting the right support system? And if we as Spot are in a position where we can provide a safe haven for these young girls and provide a place where they can go and get an education, not only an education as in like the normal curriculum, but they can learn the Quran and the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then alhamdulillah, we have to do that work. Like, that's like my daughter, like someone providing that for my daughter. Like, when we go through situations like this COVID-19 we're going through now, I'm always been a man that doesn't like worry or doesn't despair. Like, I'm ready for whatever Allah brings to me. My only thing is, what about my daughter? If I leave behind my daughter, who's going to take care of her? If I leave and my daughter, who's going to be the one to look out for her? How's she going to feel? So the fact that there's daughters, there's young girls in the world that we are in a position to take care of and look after and provide a safe haven for them, that just gives me comfort. And like, I've definitely, like Abu Bakr said, definitely 100% believe that Spot can do that for these girls. And it just makes me know, like, like, treat the people how you'd want to be treated. Like, if something was to happen to me, I'd like to know that my daughter was going to get taken care of. If I was to die through something, or I was to pass away, Allah would take me to return back to Him, then people were there to stand in and look after my daughter. And not only look after her with food and shelter, but teach her the deen and Quran. Alhamdulillah. Like, that is the best thing ever, knowing that someone so this is like something very special to me, definitely. And if we can do this, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. I'm going to just give a little update and let you guys know kind of where we're at on the page that you guys can see, if you're watching, that you can see on the screen, spotproject.org/freshly grounded. And right now we're on £16,176. Alhamdulillah. We had a target of £10,000 and you guys absolutely smashed it out of the park. But I want to see, we're only on here, I'm going to tell you guys, we've already done 30 minutes and we were planning to be on here for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, guys, and so I want to see how far we can get in the 30 minutes, inshallah, tonight. So I'm gonna keep refreshing the page, inshallah, as everyone is speaking, just to see kind of where we're at. But if you can go to spotproject.org/freshly grounded and kind of and make that difference, subhanallah. Let's carry on speaking about it. Kareem, earlier in the month, at the beginning of Ramadan, we were speaking about the Spot Project and kind of how we could best kind of help with it. And I remember asking you about a situation where we had a situation where we had to put 2 links up somewhere and we only had a slot for 1 link. And I said to you, I don't know if you remember this conversation, I said, what do we do in this situation? And your response was, bro, have we ever given for Allah's sake and Allah has made us feel that loss? And you said, make sure you put the Spot link up. And what made you say that?
Yeah, man, because we know that when we give for the sake of Allah, Allah just returns it to us every time. So it'd be silly for us to just think of ourselves and let go of the opportunity of giving for the sake of Allah, where we're gonna get what we're gonna get regardless. So might as well get the reward with it.
So hey man, and it was my kind of ill thinking in saying, look, we've got all of these things that we're working on. How do we implement all of them? And Kareem just said to me, bro, just work on the charity and everything else will fall into place. And it was one of those kind of wake up calls for me where it was like, you know what, subhanallah, you need them people around you who explain those things to you. Abu Bakr, I'd like to ask you, because we're not on here for long. I think that I know you spoke about it in detail before, and I know we want to go and discuss my first time in Gambia, because I know you're desperate to discuss that. But before we do, let's speak a bit about the details of this girls' school. What is this project specifically? The money that we're raising right now on this link, where is it going, and what's the plan here?
Okay, so in regards to the girls' school, it's going to be a multi-purpose building. Now, when we first decided to embark on this mission of building a girls' school, we said, what can we do what's going to be a bit different? You know, we've seen loads of organizations, loads of projects just build schools, and we just wanted to go one step further. But we decided, we sat down as a team and we said, you know what, instead of us just building a school, we're going to build something, not just going to give them secular studies, it's going to give them something that when they leave this place, inshallah ta'ala, they'll be able to get into work. So let's put the secular studies aside, because I think everybody knows that in the school, the kids are going to learn English, maths, RE, etc., etc., etc. I think that's common knowledge. But the core details that we want to talk about today, inshallah ta'ala, is the training center, bro. So some of the things that we're going to have in this training center is the kids are going to learn how to do sewing. Now, some of you might think, oh, why sewing of all things? Maybe people in the UK and America can't really relate to that. But you have to understand, in a place like Gambia, majority, I would say at least 90% of the people, when they buy clothes, they don't actually go in the shop and buy clothes. They buy material. Now, what do they do with this material? They get it sewed up, they get it stitched up according to whatever they wear. So being able to know how to sew is a big career in the Gambia. If you can sew, I can guarantee that this individual is going to make money. So we want to have a place inside our school where we're going to be training girls and showing them how to do sewing. Put that aside. What else are we going to bring to the table? We're going to have a room in there where girls can learn hairdressing. Now, hairdressing, come on, we all know in Africa, women get their hair done all the time. This is like the norm. Just like in the West, some people might think it's Africa, but wallah, it's no different. People go to hair salons, get their hair done all the time. So this is one of the things that we want to do in the school. And listen to this, the catch to this, because you have to remember, our school is the girls' school is next door to the boys' school. Not only will the girls benefit from that, the boys will as well, because we're going to have a hair salon, but also we're going to have the stuff that Menspire has provided for us, alhamdulillah, where when the girls are not using it, the boys will come in there and cut their hair. And when we have people like the Menspire organization come to the Gambia, they'll be able to train up the young kids properly in a purpose-built room for that type of work. You understand? So that's the second thing that we're going to bring to the table. The third thing we're going to bring to the table, we're going to have a purpose-built IT room. And in my mind, I don't know, it's a dream for us as an organization. We want to call it the white room. You know, white walls, white computers. Like when you just come in there, wallah, it's plush. Now, for us, why do we want to have a room like this? Why do we want to have computers? One of the sad realities is majority of the people, especially in our village, don't know how to use computers. Number one. Number two, they don't know how to use emails. They don't know how to, get around these basic things that majority of human beings around the world know how to use. So we want to make our community more advanced. We want to teach them basic computer skills. So not only would the young girls benefit from this, even the older women in our community are going to benefit from this as well. Because we're going to be running courses whereby they can come there and they can learn IT skills. This is so important, bro. To learn IT skills is vital. So this is one of the other things that we want to implement, inshallah ta'ala. Also, what else do we want to do? We're building a massive kitchen because we want to train these girls and show them how to cook. And what do I mean by cooking? Obviously, a lot of young girls in Africa, when they're growing up, they know the basics about cooking, alhamdulillah, because their parents, their families are beside them. And when they're cooking, they're always involved. But we want to take it to another level. We want to have a proper training course where they learn how to cook, not just local food, European food. Why do we want this? Because if you learn how to cook in Gambia, it's a good profession as well. We have so many hotels, we have so many businesses. So this is another opportunity for these young girls to go into these places and learn how to cook. Come to Sport Academy, to the girls' school, learn how to cook, and when they leave, they'll be able to get a job. These are some of the basic things that we're trying to implement in our school to advance these children to the next level. And bro, I'm telling you, for us, it's a game changer. Doing these type of things is a game changer, because you know what? We're not charging anything. All these services are going to be free. Now, it's a shame we're doing a live, because it's hard for me to show you certain things. Like just a few days ago, Auntie Khadija, Auntie Khadija, our project manager in the Gambia, she went and visited some young girls whose parents passed away. Now, subhanAllah, well, her father passed away, forgive me. Her mum is still alive. Now, she's got 7 brothers and sisters. Every single day, these young girls, they go on the street and they beg. This particular girl just turned 17. When she was around 14 or 15, she got married. Her husband died. Now, these girls have got no way to fend. So what do? They go on the street and beg. When we have our center, these type of young girls, they will be the type of girls that will be giving them transport money to come to our center, to learn how to cook, to learn how to sew. Because instead of them begging, they can go and look for work after that. These are some of the effects that having the center will do for the people. Not only that, what else are we going to have? We're going to have we're going to have a lecture room in there where we're going to teach these girls about public speaking, where we're going to do different seminars on health and safety, on hygiene, all these things. And some of you might be sitting there and thinking, health and safety, hygiene, like, Abu Bakr, are you serious? I'm telling you, this stuff is a problem over there, because many of these young kids are not taught these things. The things that our families, our mothers, our fathers teach us from a young age, a lot of these kids don't have that opportunity. So these are some of the basic things that we plan to do in the school, inshallah ta'ala. And we pray on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make this dream come true. Because I guarantee you, brothers and sisters, if we build this school, you're going to see something. No, you're going to be impressed. Because even I was chatting to Bilal the other day and I said to him, listen, this is going to be better than our boys' school, because now we got experience. When we were doing the boys' school, we were going step by step. We were going with the rhythm. But now we know what we're doing. Even down to the structure of the building, 6 classrooms, 6 purpose-built rooms, a musalla for the girls to pray and learn Quran, a big kitchen. Everything's going to be in one building. A state-of-the-art will do, and toilets, facilities. We know what we're doing now. No, I'm telling you, guys, it's crazy. And I'm so excited when I'm speaking about it, because when you see it, you're gonna say, no, they didn't do it like that. They didn't go that 1 mile ahead and do that type of project. We're gonna change wallahi, with the permission of Allah, this school, the girls' school, because alhamdulillah, I'll be honest with you, everybody who sees the masajid in Gambia, they're like, mashallah, you sure that mosque's in Gambia? When they see
the first time I saw it.
When they see the sleeping area, they say that sleeping area, that's the sleeping area the orphans sleep. Brothers and sisters, when you see this girls' school, that's what I'm going to say. You know, we say in Gambia, it's not easy there. Hey, when you see this one, hey, we're going to be impressed, inshallah. Trust me, we're an organization that, the work we do is transparent. And once we build this school, we hope loads of sisters will come out and get involved with these young girls. Come and train them. Come and offer your skills, your services to change these girls' lives. Just like many of you do with the boys. We want to do the exact same thing with the girls. So Faisal, trust me, I'm excited, man. I know I'm over talking, bro, but I'm really, really excited about this girls' school, because it's a dream. It's a dream that's almost come true, inshallah. And with Allah's help, it's going to be a reality real soon, inshallah.
Inshallah. No, you wasn't over talking, bro, at all. It's so interesting to hear it. And what came to our mind as well is MB. I remember having a few conversations with you about the Spot project, and I think one time I asked your permission. I was like, MB, do you mind jumping on this thing for Spot one time? And you said, bro, when it comes to Spot, that's my project. It's not a question of will I do it. That's my project. So why is it that someone like yourself who probably gets a lot of opportunities like this and you can't help every single one, but you being on Spot since the very beginning, and Spot's been your project from the very beginning, and you were there, you know, with Abu Bakr when you lot was doing the wells, and there was confusion with the land, and to where it's at now. So why Spot your project? Why are you so passionate about it?
We were almost dying in them cars, mate. No AC driving up and down. Tell them the story, Zach. Don't worry.
Yeah, do you know what it is? It's that seeing it firsthand. Like, do you know what? Like, when you've been in the scene for 10 years, like sometimes it's disheartening to feel like some things are like routine. Like some of the appeals for charity, and you know, we need to feed 100 families and 100 schools and do this and do that. Like, it becomes like, but when I went to the Gambia with Abu Bakr and we're driving around, it's real. It's not a routine like just collecting money like 100 million a year, 50 million a year. Like, it's not a numbers game. It was real. Like, we actually was there. We see the youth, we see the issue, and then we say, what's the solution? Like, we're not trying to take off too much, bite off more than we can chew. We're just doing this real work. So and then seeing, like the first time you lot visited and you met like some of those young kids that was not living in the Spot Academy at the time, seeing the transformation of young boys that didn't even know how to brush their teeth, didn't know hygiene of using a bathroom and washing themselves. They didn't even have proper bathrooms. You've seen some of the toilets when we visit some of these places. Certain places in the Gambia we visit, we say, brothers, it's better to fast today, or don't eat, or just eat dry biscuits, because you're going to need to go toilet and there's nowhere to go toilet. Or when you see the place to go toilet, you're going to say, I can't use this. So they're coming from living in rough conditions. So going from that to then visiting the Spot Academy and seeing the kids spraying deodorant, brushing their hair, putting on their kit, saying, yeah, when they see me, they're gonna think I'm from Dubai. Like, this is how the kids are speaking. They feel fresh. They're saying I'm a fresh boy. Seeing the confidence, seeing that transition, like, it makes your heart attached to it. Like, you can see it, the change. Like, it's there in your eye. I remember one of the first trips out there. There was we went to visit a well. A brother donated like £600 or something to build the water well. And I remember Abu Bakr was saying, let's film the video and send it to the brother so he knows where his money went. And there was a woman filling up water from that well to speak and saying, yeah, this water, this well supports our provides our whole village with water, because all the other ones are dried up. So when the brother's finding out that, wait there, that little £600 I donated, that's what I'm doing. He's thinking to himself, I've donated to charity so much in the past, but I've never seen results like that. Like, I never see it firsthand. Like, someone saying, this is the water that you paid for and it's provided for everyone in this village. So I think that's what it is with Spot. We're seeing firsthand. Everyone who's donating money are seeing firsthand. Like, Spot Academy, I'd love to do videos of the orphans, the children there, looking sad and loads of sand and flies on them. But we can't, because we've improved their life. The videos won't be like that no more. And this is what's needed. It's too easy to pull on people's heartstrings and keep showing the same videos. But if you're doing real work, there's meant to be improvement. And that's what you can see with Spot. You can see the improvement. And I'm excited, like Abu Bakr said, excited to see more improvement. And now, like we done with the boys, to see it in Spot Academy with the girls. Like, you heard the description. The girls' school, I'm just excited to see that improvement and see if this is something I can do before I pass away and I can leave this behind, then inshallah, like, this is something I definitely I'm passionate about being involved in.
Alhamdulillah, just before you go, alhamdulillah, we just had a £100 donation come in, another £100 donation come in. Alhamdulillah, we're on 16,400 guys. Sorry, Abu Bakr.
I just wanted to add one thing. MB, I don't know if you remember. Well, first time, I think it's the first or the second time you came to Gambia, and we went to one school, and we were distributing toothbrushes and toothpaste. So we were giving out the toothbrush and toothpaste, and we gave it to the kids, and they were looking at it, and then it hit us. They don't know what it is.
Yeah, bro. They didn't even know what it was. They're looking at the brush like this, like, what's this?
Showed them how to use the toothbrush. Wallahi, Faisal, they didn't know what it was. He didn't know what it was, bro. That's when it hit us like, wow. Like, we were giving them toothbrushes and they were confused. Like, they were just holding it like, what's this? what is this I'm looking at? SubhanAllah. So trust me, man, these outreach projects going on the ground, getting involved, it's an opportunity for us as individuals to change people's lives. I just wanted to mention that in there. Sorry about that, Faze. I just wanted to.
No problem. I'm speaking on the chat with the community at the same time. Alhamdulillah, the community is interacting, they're loving it. Alhamdulillah, we have a sister who's saying that she's training to be a doctor. She'd love to come out and see the sisters, the young girls, once she's qualified, inshallah. I'm sure we can make that happen as well.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Guys, so for those watching on the live stream, we've got probably, I'm going to try and stretch it. We said we'd keep it at 30 minutes, but I'm going to stretch it for just 5 minutes. I'm sorry, brothers. I'm going to stretch it to 5 minutes. Let's see what we can get to. Can we hit £16,500? That would be absolutely amazing. To be honest, I reckon we could even go in and hit £17,000. If we can end this stream in the next 5 minutes at 17k, I'll be so happy, because alhamdulillah, we would have made such a big dent tonight. And inshallah, of course, you guys can carry on donating if you're watching this on repeat. But if it's alright with you, brothers, just 5 more minutes and then we'll lock this off. But we'll carry on. Let's look at some of these comments. Alhamdulillah. Musa says we'll get to 17,500 tonight, inshallah. I like your determination, Musa. Alhamdulillah. Another sister says, I'm a newly qualified teacher and would love to help in any way. AB, if people want to help and this kind of stuff, what is the process? Can they email a specific email? Or?
Yeah, you know, in regards to, like, let's say, for example, people who are like trainee teachers, doctors, or what have you. Our main thing right now, we try to encourage people to do the 2K challenge, because it just makes it easy. Raise the £2,000 for the spot project, come out to Africa, see how your money's being spent, and then you yourself can see how you can get involved. Because, bro, listen to this. I'll be honest with you, Faisal. A lot of people say, yeah, they want to come on the ground and do X, Y, and Z. But when they come and see the reality, not everybody can handle it, bro. If I'm dead honest with you, you've been to the villages, Faisal. You've been on them long journeys. It's not easy. It's not easy. So a lot of people say they want to, dedicate their time and spend their time and do this work. So we've made a clear avenue. Get involved in the 2K challenge. Come out and volunteer. Before you say you want to do teaching skills or you want to use your doctoring skills, just fundraise for us and come out and see. Then you will see with your own eyes. Then you'll be able to determine whether this is something that you can deal with or not. Because I'll be honest with you, alhamdulillah, a lot of brothers and sisters have come. They can manage it, but some of them, they can't deal with the heat. They can't deal with the traveling. They can't deal with, sacrificing sometimes. We've had brothers, bro, like MP said, there's times I have to tell him, listen, we're going to be out for the whole day. You can't eat today, bro. Because if you need to go to the toilet, you're going to be in big problem. Because the places we're going, there's not going to be a toilet there, bro. There's not going to be running water. So what are you going to do? Not everybody can deal with this type of situation. So this is why we put together the 2K challenge and say, listen, you come out, see with your own eyes, see what we're doing as an organization. Because we go to some places, bro, it's not easy. Like, we go to villages. You've seen, Faisal, we've gone to villages. The toilet's outside. It's just like a bit of corrugate. There's no roof. There's a hole in the ground. There's no water. Some people, they will refuse to go to toilet in that situation. So not every single person can handle that. So for us, we put together the 2K challenge and we say, get involved in the 2K challenge, come out yourself, see how the work is going on the ground. And then from there, you yourself can determine where you can slot in, how you can fit in, and what you can bring to the organization as an individual. So this is what we encourage. But like I said, Faisal, everyone's welcome. If people have got their skills, they've got certain things they can bring to the table, we have no problem with them getting involved. They're more than welcome. But one of the easiest things for them to do, inshallah, is to take the 2K challenge. That's what I would advise, inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah. I remember just on memories of Gambia, I remember the first time we went, and one of the biggest things that I took from that and that just amazed me was a lot of these children who have come from kind of like underprivileged backgrounds and many of them orphans. There was like a class on the day of the event, right, and they were sat down at the front, and I've told this story a few times, but I remember saying to Bilal, to MB, that these kids, they're saying that they want some water, and MB goes to me, bro, let's go find some water. So we went to the shop to find some water, and they literally only had 2 bottles. That's what they had in stock, 2 big bottles of water. So MB goes, just give me everything you got. We got the 2 bottles of water, we come back. And so we gave a bottle to one end of the class, like they were sat on the floor, and then 1 bottle to the other end of the class. and there was maybe 40 kids here, right? One bottle of water, and they were all saying, "I'm so thirsty." It's so hot out there that they could have one or two people would have backed the whole bottle. I could have backed the whole bottle. I was that thirsty already. And bro, the way MB said to them before we hear the water, MB said to them, make sure everyone gets a piece. Because that's all we had. So make sure everyone gets some, bro. The way them kids was diligently watching to make sure every single kid got some water and got a sufficient amount of water so that they could share. They would like say, okay, that's enough now, you pass it on. Okay, that's enough, you pass it. And it made me think, subhanAllah, these kids are so selfless, bro. Like, they have these like amazing characteristic traits within them. Like, already, they're such selfless beings. They're so loving, they're so generous. They care so much for each other. And even if when you go to the Sport Academy, you see, it's like a brotherhood for them. And I can't wait to see the same situation in the sister school, like a sisterhood and a unit.
I like what you mentioned. Even one of the kids that you're talking about now, Faisal, that was there is Abu Bakr, little Abu Bakr. He goes to the school. He's at the academy now. He was one of the children who was almost crying in tears because he was hungry that day. He was thirsty. Now look at him when you see him at academy. Can you even recognize him? Does he look like that same child that we saw that day when you lot wanted to give water? He's completely different. And this is what we do at our organization. We make sure we change the life of these kids. We don't fundraise and raise money and keep these kids and these people we're working with in the same situation. And that's the whole reason why we're raising money. We're raising money to change their situation, not to keep their situation the same so we can fundraise every year, asking money for the same children because nothing's happened in their life. No. And that's why even when people see our kids, they say, are you sure these kids are orphans? How many people message me and say, Abu Bakr, you sure these kids are orphans? Like, listen, take it serious. And this, bro, listen, even MB, you know this, even us as an organization, we've always said, this is going to be tricky for us to do the orphan sponsorship and stuff, because when people see our kids, they're going to say they're not orphans. People are going to think that they're not orphans. They don't need no help because they're always smiling. We don't show the sad side. We only show the good side. You know, a lot of these kids go through a lot of trauma. A lot of them go through different things, but we don't propagate that because we don't want to sell a sad story. Rather, we want to show you children who have reformed their lives and they're going down a better path. And that's what we stand for as an organization, supporting the people of tomorrow and changing the people of tomorrow. That's all we're trying to do. So, alhamdulillah, you mentioned that story. I'm happy to hear that, because as soon as you say that, I think of Abu Bakr, bro, and I look at him now and I say, mashallah, he's not skinny and bony like the way he was at that time. He's happy, he's outspoken. Bro, before, you couldn't even get a word out of that child. Now look at him now. He's enjoying life. So we thank Allah for having that opportunity to do this for these young orphans, you know.
Alhamdulillah. MB, do we have any last words before we lock this live off?
Nah, yeah, just adding to that, like I was watching the first documentary we made when we went out there, that trip, and I remember seeing Abu Bakr in the documentary, and I was just thinking, wow, look at him. This is when he was that different kid, like sitting on the wall, sad, like, and now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to see, that's on the Spot Project page, the first documentary, you'll see the kid Abu Bakr in that, and now he's one of the kids at Spot Academy. And yeah, no, alhamdulillah, man. I would just urge everyone to get involved, whatever's within your capability, because this is a project that you definitely don't want to miss out on this.
Inshallah.
And like we said, like Abu Bakr said at the beginning, guys, we've seen brothers and sisters in just even in the last 48 hours who perhaps who didn't know if they'd make it to they didn't know that they wouldn't make it to the end of Ramadan, and they haven't, and we don't know if we're gonna make it past this evening, to be honest, let alone make it to the next Ramadan. And this is a month. It could be Laylatul Qadr, it could, but regardless of that, what we do know is it's definitely the month of Ramadan. And if it's the month of Ramadan, guys, then there's barakah in every minute of this month. And so knowing that we're not going to make it to, knowing that we don't know if we're going to make it to the next one, it's definitely worth putting anything you can towards such amazing projects like the Spot Project. So please, we are going to lock the live off now, but please do take some time out this evening to go to spotproject.org/freshly grounded. I'm just going to give one final count as to where we're at. Oh, alhamdulillah, it's bittersweet because alhamdulillah we've gone to £16,846. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah, which is so amazing. We're £150 away from the.
You lot have done well, Aki. Every year you fundraise a spot, and every year your audience supports. So we're grateful, bro. We're not gonna complain about people how much they've donated today. Alhamdulillah. Every year you've gone higher and higher. The first year, $5,000. Second year, 8-9 grand. This year you're on 16,000. This is from the mercy of Allah, bro. You know, so alhamdulillah, we're grateful that your audience believes in what you're pushing in front of them, and they're supporting. They're definitely supporting, bro. And I believe, Faisal, inshallah, by the end of Ramadan, you're gonna hit that 20K, bro. Look how quick you hit that 10K. Even me, I was surprised. Because normally by the end of Ramadan, that was the goal that you will be reaching. Now look already. So we still got a few more days to get it in. And with the permission of Allah, bro, I honestly believe you're going to raise that money, man, because your audience is a good audience. And they believe in the work that we're doing, inshallah. So may Allah reward every
have done.
Alhamdulillah, we're really...
Yeah, bro. Subhanallah, you know what? I can't thank the audience enough, because we, the viewers of Freshly Grounded have been side by side with Sport since the very beginning of Freshly Grounded. Alhamdulillah, and I really believe that they believe in it as much as, alhamdulillah, that we do. All right, guys, what we're gonna do, because I'm sitting here refreshing it. But we could be doing this all night, so what we're going to do is we're going to call it a day. Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah khairan to everybody. Thank you so much, Kareem, for joining us. Alhamdulillah, MB, Barakallahu feekum, and of course Abu Bakr, thank you so much for giving us your time. I know it's the 27th night where we're all trying to maximize our deeds, so I really do appreciate just taking some of your guys' time, and inshallah we can all make the most of this evening as well. So Jazakallah khair for those at home, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.